The hardest obstacle was myself. I started realizing more and more and more that all these people were gone. What was haunting me was me. I can't control my dad. I can't control the people calling me. I can't control all these things, but they were things that kept me down. It started becoming my reality. My reality was what they made it out to be.
If you're not speaking, if you're not doing what you're doing with the level expertise, they're not going to do what they do with the level expertise. It's about modeling what you want them to do. Somebody told me before, Eric, your actions being so loud. I can't hear what you're saying. It's contagious, and so if you want them to do it, they got to see you doing it. This isn't about playing basketball like Michael Jordan, Kobe, Bryant, Wayne, Wade. There's guys in the NBA that never gonna play basketball like that. This is about being able to think like a champion, know what goes on in their heads. Understand how you can relate it to your business and whatever you do to take yourself to the next level. If you want to be happy, remember one thing: progress equals happiness. That's it. But you've got to keep the momentum going. Momentum is the hardest part. We work so hard to generate that together in the event. You want to let that thing go to waste?
Emotional people, they're wrecked. They control, that emotion controls everything you do. Because you want to be in control of your mind. You want to be in control of your mind. And what emotional people do is, like for instance, I always say this, they can have a beautiful life. Husband and wife, kids, everything they want. But it's the one thing that they don't have that makes them emotional. So that emotion makes them focus on what they don't have. Emotion makes them focus on everything negative, everything. Pity party, woe was me, this didn't happen. So your mind loves that. It loves talking to other people. Oh, this is all fucked up, man. You know, think about it. People love to bitch and complain about everything.
There's another kind of instinct that you need to be on the lookout for, and this one is a liar. This one is a saboteur. This one is a backbiter. This is the instinct that says you've had enough. You've given it your best shot. You can stand down, you can back off. You can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen. And that is the instinct. You need to fight. You need to push back, to smash into the ground, train that instinct, train it to say, get up, go fight on you. Don't punish yourself. It's never gonna happen. You don't punish yourself, somebody said. Hey, you're losing weight, I punish myself. I don't eat meat no more, that's a punishment. I had to give something up to go up. What do you give up? Do you not watch TV? That's your problem, you getting to watch TV and not make money and still survive. The reason why you broke is because you're getting a reward and you ain't working. You got to stop playing. Most of you, what happens is when everything is favorable, you're a beast. But when the conditions ain't right, you get smacked in the face. You got to grow up.
So when you're sitting there, you may spend weeks, months, years bitching about the same thing. So what have you done? And I became the most important conversation you'll ever have with your life, in your life, is when you have yourself. And my conversation was absolutely horrifying.
What were you saying to yourself?
I'm dumb. I'm nobody. My dad was great in mental warfare. A drunk, insecure man will make everybody around him feel like hell.
Yeah.
Because he wants to give you no power. And that's why he was so mean to my mom and myself and my brother, because he didn't want anybody to get above him. He wanted to keep you down low. So when you're growing up with all of this stuff, all this hate, and it wasn't the beatings. I could hit the beatings all day. It was the mental torture. So when, at a young age, your parents put a dialogue in you of confidence or you're nobody. So that voice in my head was, I'm a loser.
You got to be a morning person, afternoon person, night person. You got to be when you feel good person, when you sick person, when you tired person, and you don't get here. By quitting when you fire, you get here. By quitting when you finish, when you're done, you don't stop when you tire, you stop when you're done. You stop when you complete it, when you execute it. Execution is worship. Greatness is in you, but the problem is somebody's got to push you. The problem is somebody's got to give you a reward, somebody's got a project. The problem is you're not self-motivated. What it is you know you're supposed to do, or you get to take the play off. Because no one's going to know the difference, because it's really easy for anybody to come to work on the days they feel like killing it. And killing it, but what happens on the days that you don't feel like killing it? What happens on the days that you don't feel like getting out of bed? Because those are the days that are going to define where you end up in your life,
Nothing. There's no solution in that. But most of us live there. Oh, this other guy got the pay raise. The other guy got this. The other guy got that. And we live in this emotional state of, woe is me. Nothing gets accomplished. Nothing gets accomplished. So it created me lying. It created me being a dishonest person. Whatever I could do to get it. To get whatever it was. But back to your question about emotion. I'm a very emotional person. So I'm very passionate. Because it took a lot for me to be who I am today. So I'm very emotional. But it's just the passion in me about the sacrifice I put into being who I am today.
Stop crying, stop begging. Put forth the effort, because one thing I know about life. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap. If you put 1,000,000 apple seeds in the ground, you won't get 1,000,000 apple trees back. It's not wine and starting to step foot for effort. As we were working, we realized God is not the big thing that messes us up. It's the small thing. And we had to step back and analyze our work. We had to critique our work. We had to bring our work in the lab every day, and we had to look at it in ways that we had never looked at it before. When we looked at it, we made one change. We realized that we were speaking without the proper microphone. Then we changed our microphone. Our views went from 2,000 to 3,000 and 20,000 in 24 hours. It was a little things that made a difference. You've got to feed your mind every day. If you don't feed your mind, life just starts to happen.
You start to get this picture that everybody hates you. Because your reality becomes so big that you can't see the clear picture.
It might have been 3 or 4
That's
kids
it.
doing it over and over.
Right, but it was the whole town.
Yeah.
Everybody hated me. So
The world hates me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's when it became toxic. And that is where I became my worst enemy. Jealousy, 100%. You have to, if you're jealous about anything, that is a horrible thing. Anger, I've done really well with controlling it nowadays. Back in the day when you're insecure. So all this stuff comes from conquering yourself. Once you feel good about yourself, all the anger, not all of it, we're human. Jealousy, these things start to really go away. She's like, I'm good. Did as a young kid is I observed everybody. I wasn't really smart in the books, but I was real smart when it came to life.
Yeah.
Passion is an emotion. It's an emotion without an action. Passion will get you nowhere. Inner drive will get you nowhere unless you act on it. You have to act on your passion. You have to act on your inner drive. Don't let those feelings stay inside you. You got to know what to do with them. You got to know how to make them work in order to get what you want. Don't keep it inside. Beyond fear with yourself when you come back from this event or some things. I'm sure you've done or not what you want to be, but all this is about continuous progress. Think about feeding your mind every day. How are you going to do it? Be your mind, because a good idea is great ideas, great insights. Don't interrupt, you've got to pursue them. Remember, the mind controls a body, the body does not control the mind.